I wanted to do this last week. Unfortunately, I've been a little busy. That's a lie. I have been watching too much soccer because World Cup's going on right now. And kind of gave Squier the business in my last review for that 70s P-bass. And they deserved it. It's not a good instrument. So yeah, I was pretty rough on them. I wanted to do a quick, stupid review this week on a guitar that I actually really like. And this is it. This is a Charvel Dimas Style 1 HH Floyd Rose. Humbucker, Floyd Rose. Yeah. Locking that up here. Yeah, so after all the grief I gave Squier last week, I thought I would actually give some respect to the people who made this guitar. This is a made in Mexico guitar, and it's one of my favorite guitars. I got this in early 2018. My family actually bought it for me. It's a 2017 model. You can't get this exact one anymore. This is the Tobacco Sunburst. You can find them used. I saw a couple earlier today for about $850. So it is not a low-end guitar. I consider this a mid-range guitar. Right now, new ones similar to this are selling for $999.99, so $1,000. I will say this though, if you have the money, worth it. You know, it's Charvel. It's Fender. It's funny. It's got a P.O. box here for San Dimas, California on the back of it, which is interesting because it was made in Ensenada, where everything else Fender is made in Mexico. And I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with Fender being the people who took over the name of Charvel, because if this is the product they're making under the name of Charvel, I'm very happy with it. When I was younger, man, Charvel was, oh man, that was like, I just wanted a Charvel. They were cool. You had to have a Charvel and a Jackson, man. You're going to play rock or metal, you got to have Charvel or Jackson. What I found with this guitar, though, is that it is good for a lot of things. Since I got this thing in 2018, I've probably used it on more different recordings than any of my other single guitars. It obviously's got humbuckers, so you can get a good heavy sound out of it. Seymour Duncan pickups. I like Seymour Duncan pickups. I'm a fan. It's got a JB in the bridge, which is about as common as you can get in the world, and a 59 in the neck. And it's just a fantastic combo of pickups. In addition to that, it's got the push-pull switch here. Turns these to single coil, so you can even get a bit of a Stratish sound out of it. It's not a Strat sound. If you want to sound like a Strat, get a Strat. It's a single coilish sound, and it's phased. Yeah, you're not going to get an actual Strat sound out of it. You can get fairly close. In fact, if you're playing live, this would be fine for doing a lot of different styles of stuff. I've used this for everything from hard rock to blues to even pop rock type stuff and light rock. Yeah, it covers that gamut really well. Of course, it's got the Floyd Rose on it, which I'm not so much into vibratos these days, tremolos. This works. And stays in tune like nobody's business. Obviously, it's got the locking nut. Yeah, it just doesn't go out of tune. Changing the strings on it, that's always fun. This was the first Floyd Rose I ever actually had, though. This was the first, yeah, it was a real experience the first time I had to change strings on it. I was like, how the hell do you do that? I bought this at Pro Sound Music. It's a local music store, and I bought it off the wall. It was just perfect. I don't know if it got to them that way or if they set it up that way, but I have never had a problem with this guitar. It has always done what it was advertised to do. And first and foremost, it's a rock and roll machine. And I love it for that. It's fun to play. It's easy to play. It was also the first real maple fretboard that I had. It's strange. In all my years of playing, my fretboards had always been rosewood. I got into rosewood when I was literally a teenager, and I always went with guitars that were rosewood after that. So when I got this and I started playing it, I realized how much I like it. And I've actually gotten to the point now where I think I prefer maple fretboards to whatever they're putting out these days, Indian Laurel. Since rosewood itself, the actual like old school rosewood fretboards aren't as prevalent as they used to be because, well, they cut down all the trees Makes it hard to make them if there's no trees there anymore. They're using all kinds of stuff that's similar to it, that has a similar feel, looks a little lighter or whatever. You really don't notice that much of a difference, but for whatever reason, and again, it may just be because I like the way it looks, and because I like the way it looks, I just play it differently. I've said it before, and I will always say that the looks of a guitar matter. It really matters. Your eyes will affect your ears, and it happens to me. There's no doubt it's happened to me. So yeah, overall, I'm just cut straight to the chase. I'm going to give this guy a 9 out of 10. And the only reason I'm knocking it down is because when I finally was, after a year or two, I started adjusting it just to, you know, it needed maintenance. And I tried to take the cover off the back, would not come off. It was just stuck. So I ended up having to basically kind of grind it out of there, and I even chipped the wood a little bit. That was my fault. That was lack of patience, really. But it shouldn't have been in there that tight. It shouldn't be that difficult to remove the back plate like that. So I actually just leave it off now, which may not be the best thing in the world to do, but I do it anyway. Yeah, but it has just been such a good guitar, and I've used it so much. I've used this with everybody I've recorded guitar with, definitely in the last 4 years. It never lets me down, ever. I can always get a good sound out of it. There's no dead frets. There's no buzzing. It came from the factory, ready to play. When I walked out the door from the Pro Sound here, I could have walked straight into a gig and played it at that moment. And that's high praise for this thing. Can't get this finish anymore. I saw a white one and a pink one. And some of the new ones have Duncan distortions instead of the JB and the 59. That's going to be a personal preference. I love this setup. It has served me so well. So yeah, I can't praise this thing enough. And the people down in Mexico making these Fenders, these Charvels, you guys rock. You are making quality guitars down there. This guy right here is a made in Mexico Fender Strat HSS, and I will be reviewing that also. It's a good guitar as well, but I'll tell you all about that one later. This thing is just a beast. I'd play it out. If I had to pick one guitar of my guitars to bring to a gig, this would be the one, because I could play any style of music with it and get away with it. Again, the Floyd Rose is a little excessive to me these days. I would take one of these with a hardtail too, in a heartbeat. It would effectively be a 25.5-inch scale Les Paul. But yeah, I'd take that in a heartbeat. I don't know if they have that. I'll look that up. But again, these are going for about $1,000 today. Highly recommend it. I'd get one of these again in a heartbeat. It is a fantastic guitar. If you spent twice the money, you're not going to get a guitar that's twice as good as this. It's noticeably better than my Squiers. The little Squiers are good, but they're not this good. This thing is gig ready. Let's rock. If you're looking for something that plays, you know, a good variety and does it well with all the different genres, this is the guitar for it. And it looks good too. I mean, you could play country on this if you want. You could play rock, obviously. You could play metal on this. You could play pop easily. I mean, you could play just about, you know, any style of popular music these days on this guitar. This is one of those guitars I'm not going to get rid of, and I have not modified it. I'm notorious for modifying guitars. I haven't done anything to this other than maintenance and change the strings. Yeah, I have done nothing to this. I will not do anything to this because it is so good out of the box. Good on you, Fender. Well, if you think about it, it's only a little more than twice as much as that bass that was junk. So for $1,000, you can get a really good guitar. Stay hydrated as usual, because man, it's dry here in the winter. But yeah, this is one worth having. I'd highly recommend it any day. So rock on. I'll see you in the next one. And like I said, I'm going to be doing that Fender over there at some point. Awesome guitar. Good job, Fender. Good job, Charvel. Good job, Mexico. Rock on, dudes. I am so disorganized right now. So, put it down. I'm asking a lot, right? What do I need? Something way the hell over here. Can't see squat without these things. Hey, guess who's here now? That's how it's supposed to work. That's what I'm saying. First little preference. I can burp that out.